Madripoor finally got its debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, leaving fans familiar with the locale from the comics wondering what role it will play, and leaving those unfamiliar totally baffled. The island nation popped up in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and if the comics are anything to go by, that won't be the last we see of it. Now, in the context of the show, the island nation is treated as a decadent neon city known for the seedy underbelly of its criminal underworld. Those underground connections are exactly the reason Zemo directs Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes there as they seek information on the new super soldier infused terrorists smashing flags around the world. The location proves to be pretty lively pretty quickly, and there are even some shout-out references familiar from the comics that hint at future stories the MCU could well adapt about Madripoor. One of the most notable Easter eggs was the brief appearance of the Princess Bar, spotted in a very quick montage during the show. The Princess Bar may just look like a typical dive, but in the comics, it's actually a business owned by none other than Wolverine himself. Utilizing the well-connected drinking establishment as a source of information, Wolverine adopted the guise of Patch while tending the bar. And it's that connection that could very well be what the MCU has in store for Madripoor. Introduced in New Mutants and then more heavily featured in the Wolverine solo series, Madripoor is intimately connected to the world of mutants in general, and Wolverine's backstory in particular. As the MCU gears up to introduce mutants to the big screen for the first time since the death of the Fox franchise, Madripoor is looking more and more like it might be the perfect setup. Theories on how the MCU will integrate mutants primarily diverge based on one question. Will they say that mutants have always been around, or introduce them as the new phenomenon for the first time? The existence of Madripoor would support the former theory, as the seedy criminal underworld would provide the perfect cloak of shadows and secrecy where a mutant movement could thrive. Of course, Madripoor isn't only known for its connection to mutants. As in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's also just generally a hotbed of criminal activity, and since its creation by Claremont for X-Men Comics, many other writers have adopted it in like manner. Captain America and Wolverine once stopped a hand deal there during World War II. Clint Barton and his partner Kate Bishop have gone undercover there on missions as Hawkeye. And the evil hand leader, Gorgon, even awoke a giant sleeping dragon beneath the island to attack the Avengers. There's just something evocative to the imagination about the plush, rich world of Madripoor's Hightown neighborhood and the gritty and violent alleyways of its Lowtown. The MCU may introduce mutants on the island, or could keep it as the perfect locale for a spy story. But either way, fans are in for a treat if they get to see more of Madripoor. Thanks for giving this a listen, guys. If you thought this video wasn't half bad, I hope you think about subscribing to our channel. You know, I'm working really hard to grow it and putting a lot of work into it. So every little bit you guys do, whether it's a subscription, a like, or a comment, really helps, you know? It gets us out there to the YouTube algorithm and, you know, puts a smile on my face and it makes me a bit more motivated to make these. Alright, well, thanks again, and I hope you watch another video, and if you don't, you know, don't worry, I'll catch you next time.